this is really what I want you to do in focusing in on this question here. If you just go in and say, hey, how can we create a wow factor for our members? Well, by wow factor, I mean something that they actually say wow to. This just happens to be one of my members, Glory St. Germain. She actually sent me this photo. I gave her a gift. She signed up for my membership. She actually sent me a photo and an email thanking me for the gift. When's the last time a member sent you something because you created such a big wow factor for them? Or your customers creating such a big wow factor. So focus in on creating that wow factor for your people.
Last year alone, 855,173 people that were called immigrants took an oath and became citizens of the United States. They were onboarded in a very formal ceremony that was life-changing for them. If you were born in the United States, you never had to go through that onboarding process. But if you were an immigrant and are now a U.S. citizen, you did. And most likely, you never forgot how you felt the moment that you became a citizen and joined a very special group called Americans. No matter what your business is or what you sell, or if you have members, you are constantly onboarding people who will be using your products or services. How do you go about that process of onboarding them and creating a great experience so that they are even more excited about you and what you can do for them? This can be a very complicated process, or it can be simplified into a process that Scott Whitaker has been working with for years. Scott is an expert at the assimilation process by which you take a new member or a new client from saying, I signed up, to saying, I'm a member of. You can assimilate new members by answering 3 simple questions Scott will share with you. Scott's business, Membership Multipliers, helps coaches create, launch, and sell high-ticket membership offers. He also provides services to help them increase retention, create new membership levels, and keeps people from canceling their memberships. Scott is responsible for growing one of the largest membership organizations in its niche, taking it from 72 members to over 3,100 members. He's helped create some of the largest business coaches in niches like service businesses, dance studio owners, childcare businesses, podiatrists, online marketing, dry cleaners, Glazer Kennedy Inner Circle, tax resolution, and he's worked with many past or present Genius Network members, all while using the process which he will share with you in this 10-minute talk. Scott's title for today is How to Onboard New Members and Clients So They Stay, Pay, and Refer. Please help me welcome Scott Whitaker. Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
thank you.
So I'm a membership guy. Let me just say up front, when I talk with somebody and they're a business owner, I see memberships. Now I know in that process that not everybody here deals with memberships. Some of you have customers, some of you have clients, and that's fine, because what I'm going to teach with you today and share with you is going to be transferable regardless of who you serve or your niche. So having said that, let's dive in. Have you ever considered, and I'm waiting here to make sure that this is working. We got a little bit of a delay. All right, we're going to advance it from the back.
It's not working, huh? It's so weird. These things work.
We tested it earlier.
I don't know if it's the people in the room. It's
all right.
One person in here that like throws off our tech. It's weird.
All right, so Gina, I'll just point to you when you're ready. So have you ever considered what the oldest, still in existence, membership is?
Church.
You took away my thunder. It's the local church. Wow. So I'll share more with you about that at the end of our time together. But yes, it is the local church. And I'll just challenge you up front, if you ever thought about membership and you wanted to take a dive into membership, you might look at what is the local church actually doing. Part of my background there. Onboarding is simple. It's assimilation. It's taking somebody from where they are and making them similar to what you provide. So inside Genius Network, Joe's got a process for this. I'm going to unpack it in front of you and show you a little bit of his magic behind the scenes here. But every membership organization has this process of being able to take somebody from who literally just signs up for the membership to saying, I'm a member of. So if you think about that, somebody says, I signed up for this membership, versus somebody who says, I'm a member of. Now, earlier during the break, Jason Fladian actually just came up to the back and said to Gina, hey, listen, my name badge is wrong. I've actually been a member since when? 2014? Yeah. but his name badge says 2021. He's a member. He's a member. That number is important to him. Now, if you ask Jason, if you pull him aside and say, hey, are you a member of, or if he's out there speaking somewhere and somebody says, hey, are you a member of Genius Network? He's going to say yes. But without calling attention to anyone in the room, if you just literally signed up for Genius Network last month, or the month before, or the month before that, and this is maybe even your first meeting, you're thinking, well, I just signed up for this. I'm here today to just kind of check this out. I'm not really feeling like I'm a member. So how do you take that process?
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there.
And again, to make this transferable to everybody in the room, think about your employees. They do the same thing. Language matters. You hire a brand new employee, what do they say? They say your company. They say your products. They say your services. But then you put them next to somebody who's been with you a year, 3 years, 5 years. They're saying our products, our services. And so what can you do to change that? Now, you're not going to be able to change it up on the front end, but there are simple steps that you can take that assimilates them and gets them saying our membership, our products, our services, our team, our company as just employees or even your members. So think about this. I'm going to give you 3 simple questions. You can follow along on your handout here. It is, what do you want your members to receive, believe, and achieve? What do you want your members to receive, believe, and achieve? These are the questions that you can ask. What do you want your customers to receive, believe, achieve? As we break it down, these 3 questions, what do you want your members to receive in the first hour? In the first hour, somebody literally comes into your membership. What do you want them to receive in that very first hour of membership? Well, one is I want them to get something in the way of the transaction that they just agreed to. So if they're going to be on recurring revenue, like that needs to be laid out and handle the business side on one side of it. But I want them to also begin to see and gain access to the actual membership, to begin to see what is the very first thing that they should be doing. Now, when we sign up as Genius members, I mean, there's all these 10-minute talks loaded inside the membership site, but that's not what they point out for us to do. It's a very simple step of what do they want us to do in the first hour. Then, what do you want them to do in the first day? First day. So now they wake up 24 hours later. Do they feel like a member yet? No. So we've got to work toward that. Maybe there's an onboarding call. Maybe there is some sort of ramp up that happens within the first 7 days of their membership, and they begin day 1 to begin that assimilation process. So first hour, first day, first week. What do you want them to receive? And then ultimately you build it out first month. Now you could build out this process for as long as you want. It could be first quarter, first 6 months, or whichever, but then ultimately they're now saying I'm a member because of everything that they're beginning to receive as part of the benefits of their membership or part of the benefits from buying from you as your customer. But then what do you want them to receive in the sense of creating a wow factor? This is really what I want you to do in focusing in on this question here. If you just go in and say, hey, how can we create a wow factor for our members? Well, by wow factor, I mean something that they actually say wow to. This just happens to be one of my members, Glory St. Germain. She actually sent me this photo. I gave her a gift. She signed up for my membership. She actually sent me a photo and an email thanking me for the gift. When's the last time a member sent you something because you created such a big wow factor for them? Or your customers creating such a big wow factor. So focus in on creating that wow factor for your people. What do you want your members to believe? Now, my background, honestly, is I used to be a pastor. The largest membership organization in its niche was actually for pastors who were taking money out of their own pocket. The average pastor makes $36,000 a year. It's not as big as what you think it would be. Taking money out of his own pocket to invest in coaching so that he could learn how to reach more people and have a greater impact in his community. And this process here of what do you want them to believe, belong, become is what happens inside the church, but also inside your membership. Ultimately, you got to get them thinking like you. You got to get them believing that your membership, that your product, your service is actually going to benefit them in some way or another, because they're signing up with some sort of hesitation. They're signing up with some sort of wondering about is this going to really work? So one of the ways that I thought I would illustrate this is part of what Joe does with Genius Network. If I was to say ELF, what does that stand for?
Easy, lucrative, fun.
Okay, but if I say half, what?
Just alignment first.
Yeah, see? By the way, did you see the difference there? I mean, there was confidence on easy, lucrative, fun, but Joe just sent out an email, just last week about half and having your half business. And so he's constantly continuing to put these messages in front of you because he wants you to believe not only in ELF, he wants you to believe in half as well, so that you can believe, belong, become a part of the Genius Network. What do you want your members to achieve? What do you want them to achieve? When your members come into your membership, there's something that they desire. There's something that they want out of your membership. After all, that's why they signed up. They have some sort of desire that they're wanting you to meet. And so you've got to meet that desire. Now, sometimes that desire doesn't always line up with what you want to deliver. So there is the promised outcome of your membership or your product or service, and it has to then begin to align with what they desire to achieve in their own personal well-being or whatever the membership niche is. So you deliver a quick win. What is just a quick win? What can we do for our members or our customers that gets them just the immediate win in their business or in their life? Well, again, using Genius Network as a next step that you can learn from, what you can do is that you can do like Joe does and say, we want to create a 10x return on Genius. We just want to create a 10x return on Genius. That's one of the things that we want to create as a quick win for members who come in. There's also the meaningful connections. And you heard Joe say about it just earlier today, about creating the connections and the opportunity and the experience that he created this morning and building that connection with one another and just kicking off the day. So you can do the same. Create some sort of quick win that people can get you. When I joined Genius Network, Gina made an introduction to me, I believe it was with Paul, and said, hey, you and Paul ought to connect. Paul's got a membership. You guys ought to, connect and see what there may be. Don't know if that happened for you. Don't know if it was intentional, but it was one of the quick wins that immediately I was able to begin building, that I don't have to be here not knowing anyone. I now know Paul. So, little bonus I mentioned for you at the beginning of our time is on the back of your page, there is the 7 membership multipliers. These membership multipliers exist in every membership regardless of their niche. Wanted you to be able to have an outline of it. Assimilation is one of them that happens, and that's what we talked about today, but you can have the outline there of all of the 7 membership multipliers. So you took away my thunder. I said earlier, was the oldest still existing membership in its niche. It is the local church. And as a former pastor, I think there's a lot the church can learn from the business world. That's one of the things that we taught pastors. But there's also a lot that the business world can learn from the local church, regardless of what your religious beliefs are. If you just went in there and said, how is it that they got these people believing what they believe? What happened there to create that? What happened there to create the community that's there in that local organization? You would be surprised and be able to take back and apply to your business. So just start with the question, what do you want your members or your customers or clients to receive? You'll be able to increase referrals, you'll be able to get your members to stay longer, and ultimately increase retention in your business. That is my time. Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure.
First of all, you got a can. I'll give it to you tomorrow, Scott. So for our new members, the purpose of my comments is to help you by using this example of what he did that was so good that you can use in your own presentation. First of all, how clear it was. This was just one simple thought. How do you onboard people? And he made it clear whether it's a membership, a client, or customer, we're all doing that. And then he had in his title those three little words that are easy for you to remember: stay, pay, and refer. That's the benefit to you. And then he did something that you should be doing every time you make a presentation. Not only was it conversational, Scott, but then you had right in your beginning the comment about Jason Fladlin and the conversation that you had on his name tag, which just happened. That shows presence and shows that this is for you as a Genius Network member when he told the story of Jason's date being incorrect because Jason feels so much a part of Genius Network. It was important to him. And then how clearly you delivered those three things. You don't even need notes on this one. Receive, believe, and achieve. What do you want your clients or members to do for those three words? That's a powerful kind of message. And that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow on how to deliver a 10-minute talk. Scott, this was a great example of doing it. And then you offered us a bonus on the handout, which we will get virtually, thanks to Gina, and those in the room have already had that. So now there's one big thing left to do. We have to make sure that Scott feels part of this group. So with those in the room, give him another very appreciative round of applause. Great job, Scott.
I'll just say thank you, Joel. Joel was the one who came up with the bonus idea. He said, hey, listen, all these could be 10-minute talks here as we were trying to narrow it down. He said, just create a bonus on the back of the worksheet. So Joel, thank you. I appreciate all that you did to work with me as well. So thank you very much.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. They're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.